Hey guys, so it's winter in Utah, and that was the first real snowstorm we've received. It's not sticking to the ground too much, right? I mean, it's too warm, and I wanted to share with you today some of my thoughts on medium format cameras. Specifically the RB67 Pro S and the Mamiya 645 autofocus. And let me show you here the two difference. The two difference being is that the RB67 Pro S and the Mamiya 645Af, they both feel like they weigh the same, but I have to give it hands down the RB67 Pro S, the heavyweight champion here. Now, why would I shoot either or, right? This versus this. Just because I like the images that it produces, how it renders, how each one of these cameras has its unique look and unique way of shooting with it, right? So, for instance, this AF has the ability to focus both manually and automatic, right? Whereas the Pro S shoots here completely manual. So, one requires batteries, and then the other one does not. This has a viewfinder through the eyes, like an SLR, and this does not. Although this one, because it has the what do you call it? The waist level viewfinder, it has the ability to adapt a viewfinder like this, right? So, but it just makes it more heavy. So you kind of have to weigh the difference and the style that you use it for, or in my case, I like shooting this more so because of the waist view level finder. So everything is like completely backwards, and it's harder to compose. So typically I would look at what I'm shooting, put my camera in position, and then start framing things out before I get to shoot it up. The pro and con between the two is that you get more images out of one or the other. So the 645, I would get 15 photos. The 6x7, I get 10. So why would I shoot more or less, right? It's just really comes down to is how you shoot it, and what you're shooting for. Mainly, I shoot this more, the RB67 Pro S, because I like the waist view level finder. It has an articulating back, or rotating back, should say. It goes from landscape to portrait. just simply twisting the back right here on this side. I should put these down. I'm like growing muscles as we speak because they are so heavy. Now, would you wear a strap on this? Man, my neck would kill by the end of the day if I were to shoot this all day. I probably put it on a tripod, but I don't. Same with this. This typically has a neck strap or a strap. Both of them have them, but I would strap this and wouldn't be as bad, but this for sure I would put on a tripod. So the advantage of shooting with either one or the other is up to you, really. The images and the quality is up to you, because one is fully auto, this one, and one is fully manual. So this one requires more attention to detail, whereas this one you can blast away 15 rounds. But I find myself, shooting 10 rounds or 10 frames without issues, and finding myself that I've engaged in 12 or 10 images rather quickly. So the other two, or the other pro of the two cameras, is that they both have interchangeable backs, loading one with color and one with black and white. It doesn't matter, right? Typically I just decide I'm gonna shoot either black and white or color before I leave, right? And I either load one or the other and blast away. But I hardly ever do that, guys. 10 frames for me is plenty fine. I find myself more creative that way, finding 10 specific images that I want to take versus 15 frames that I can still take and be happy with them both, right? Because it has both different ratios. I just happen to like the 6.7. So my other camera, speaking of the other camera, let's do another comparison real quick. Let me show you. Okay, I'm back. So let's add the third element in this video, and that is the PENTAX 67, not 6x7. That was my first PENTAX 6x7, and it died like 5 years ago. I hesitated to purchase another body, and at first I was going to buy another 6x7, but I figured, if I'm going to buy something, why wouldn't I buy an upgrade? Now I might buy another 6.7, but it's going to be the 6.7 Mark II, which is way out of my price range. This I purchased this way back. Oh, not way back. I purchased this a few months ago, and look at that huge dent right there. That huge dent right there in the prism. Surprisingly, the camera still works amazingly, and it still meters. Whether it's correct or not, I'm not sure, because I really don't use it. I turn it off, the battery's out. So in my earlier videos that I made on the PENTAX 67, I took the first frame, forgetting that I needed to put the batteries in. And without the batteries, my friends, it does not work. So just keep that in mind next time you're out shooting. But I have the handle. It's a synthetic 3D. Cost me $20 to order online on eBay, and I put that attachment on there. And then of course let's not forget, okay, this is a 6.7, so I get 10 frames, and this is the reason why I like this camera. Right there, see that? The 105 millimeter f2.4. Look at that bokeh, just like I am right now. Sharpness on the subject and blurry in the background. That's how good this camera is, right? That image in the background, that car, I shot it with the Hasselblad 105C, and that's a 6x6. And we'll have to do another video on that one. But I wanted to show you the PENTAX 66 or the PENTAX 67 and the amazing images that I get with this camera. I cannot tell you how cool this is. It's lighter than those two, the Mamiya 645 and the Mamiya 67. This is the coolest little thing. It's an SLR style, right? Look at that bad boy. Look how sharp that is. It just fits. My hands are small, so obviously Japanese engineers, you know, they all had my hands in mind, right? No? I don't know. But the idea, shooting this thing, the clap on it is amazing, right? It's not leaf shutter, you know, it's a big huge mirror that slaps. Anybody who's ever shot this Pentax knows exactly what I'm talking about.